Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a special live broadcast of Real Estate Uncensored. We're broadcasting on a Tuesday of all days because we want to bring you some special role-playing with Greg and Beverly Ruffner, the conversion queen, as we called her when we had her on the show the other day. And so just want to welcome you real quick, and let's dive right in. Greg, what is up today? The trials of technology. We're not able to broadcast into Facebook Live, but how else are you doing?
I want to throat punch this mother effing technology. I'm so effing pissed right now. I could step on a baby kitten. I'm so pissed.
Well, I don't know what the baby kitten did to you, but
and I love cats. That's just saying something about how pissed off I am right now. Oh my god! All right. Man, I gotta tell you, man, Beverly is saving my bacon because I'm going to be hiring her to unfuck on my technology side on my database. It's a rat nest, like 10x. It's like 8,100 or almost 8,200 leads, and we don't know any of them what they're doing or anything. So, Beverly, thank you in advance for your incredibly long hours that you're going to put into this, and I will pay you accordingly. Because
love the challenge.
Good, you got one. Oh my God. All right, so I know Matt is going to be sharing the link out to all the different live Facebook pages. Guys, if you guys are watching this live or if you watch it on the replay, remember, please go and follow us on YouTube, and you guys can see all of our past episodes. You can binge on us hardcore if you want to just kick your feet up on a Saturday and do nothing but watch me and Matt. Just download information to you guys so you guys can become better and smarter. Please do so. But we do have the closing queen right here with us, guys, the Bevinator. Beverly, welcome, my friend. Let them know how awesome you are.
How awesome I am?
Yeah.
I don't like to boast, but I do love to sell leads. Here's the thing. I was actually talking to a lead today, and she's talking to 2 lenders, and you just have to dig deeper, and you've got to ask those right questions and create urgency. So her lease is up in November. She's paying $950 a month in rent, and she's talking to 2 different lenders that aren't giving her answers. So she has to go month to month. If she goes month to month, it's going to cost her $300 more a month to do a month-to-month lease. And I'm like, all right, so it's October right now, right? If she gets something under contract today, she's looking at a mid-November close, so she's going to have to extend at least 1 month rent for a month to month. So every month she's waiting, it's costing her more and more money, and nobody has any urgency for this lady. And I'm like, listen, I can get you pre-approved in the next hour. Let's make this happen for you so that you're not paying the next 3 months in a rent. And it's just thinking outside the box and saving people money because they can't think for themselves.
No, we know that for sure.
So we have to create the pain. And her pain was she wanted money for a down payment. And I'm like, you're going to be spending an extra $300 a month over 3 months. That's $900. I mean, I don't like wasting my own money, let alone watching someone else waste their money.
No, not at all. So what is going to be the plan of execution on that for you?
Well, so I've created the pain, and I've pointed out how much more it's going to cost her if she just dilly-dallies. She's like, well, I'm out of town this week, and I need to get them my W-2s. And I'm like, well, you got to understand your urgency here. This is costing you more money. You're sitting here trying to nickel and dime and go with this lender because it's less money in a down payment, but yet you're sitting here lollygagging. So let's get to the punch here and just make this happen for you.
That is awesome. I know Matt and I are feverishly working on this on the back end here as you are talking to folks, trying to make sure everything goes up to where it needs to be.
Yeah, it is. We're good to go. Let's go, ask. So let's get in some scripting and role play. What do you say?
Let's roll.
Let's roll.
All right. So, Greg, you have just come in onto Beverly's buyer lead generation site. You have tripped her tripwire in her lead generation system, and unwittingly stepped a foot in her bear trap. So
I don't do a bouncing Betty. You're gonna pop up and blow my head off if I don't.
That's right. So first of all, let's go with this. So Beverly, let's say that he came in off of like a Realtor.com or a Zillow or a Trulia, where you want to like jump on him right off the bat, because we were talking before we went live that those are an incubation time of something like 3 months compared to a normal lead that's much longer. So let's say you want to jump on it and you want want to get him right when he's literally looking at the exact same house. So let's start there.
All right. Ring, ring.
All right, Greg.
Yellow.
Greg.
Yes.
Hey, this is Beverly. I saw that you were looking at 123 Main Street here. What attracted your attention to that property?
Wow. Yeah. Wow. I'm like still looking at it. That's really cool.
Awesome.
Well, you know, my wife, we're expecting twins, so we're looking at the 4 bedrooms. It's really kind of what we're looking for. It's in a good area, and you know, my job's pretty close, so a lot of things.
How long you been looking? Really How long you been looking?
Feels like forever, but we only really started yesterday.
And what's your situation right now? Do you own? Do you rent?
We actually rent. We've been saving up money. We're a younger couple, and so yeah, this is our first. We're going for 1 kid. We got 2. Buy one get one free.
Hey, go big or go home.
Well, we definitely knocked that one out of the park. But yeah, so yeah, we're going. We need a guest room, and with twins, you need 2 rooms, and yada yada. So yeah, 4 bedrooms. That's what we want.
So tell me about time frame, Greg. What does that look like? You just started looking yesterday, but tell me about time frame.
Sooner than later would be good.
And are you month to month, or are you in a term?
Month to month. We actually went month to month after our term expired 4 months ago. Okay. And the landlord's super cool about it. So, yeah.
And when are the babies due?
Such an awkward question. Because I don't really like kids. I'm like, I don't know.
Somewhere between like 11 and 17 months. Like, I'm not really sure.
I think 36 months down the road or something like that. Yeah, gestate and shit.
I think they hatch in like 4 months or something, right?
They break out of their eggs and shit. This is so awkward. Okay, so like my backbone's like quivering. Probably like 6 months or something.
I can't get past this.
Oh, Lordy.
Usually dads like say this month. So it's like what? So 6 months from now, let me calculate, like April? I don't know.
Should have I known.
So time frame, Greg. You just started looking yesterday. When would you like to be in a home?
Actually, I'd like to have this whole house hunting thing over sooner than later. My wife loves HGTV, and so this is like her crack. And I would rather this end sooner than later because I want to get her in a house like now before the babies get here.
Well, let me just make some suggestions. That's so funny. Usually, I cannot see my leads' reactions, and it's really So let me just make some suggestions, Greg, because the reality is you're online, you're on Zillow. Has any other agents called you as at this point? I know you just started looking yesterday.
No, nobody.
So here's what's happening. There are a ton of agents that are out in the market that just really want to make a sale. They're very transactional minded. Mm-hmm. And really, this is your first home. So we want to be there to make this a good experience and help you protect your future investment. Because buying a home, you can't just take it back to the store if you don't like it, right?
No.
So you want to make that decision, and you want to make the right decision out of the gate, and you want it to be as stress-free as possible, right?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Our job is we want to be able to get to know what your wants and needs are. So if we can sit down, kind of create that plan to get the timing right, to get the proper location, to get the proper home right, we can literally sit down, go through what's happening with the market, go through your wants and needs, and create that plan so that you're not looking at 100 homes, because your time's valuable, right? You don't want to be out there looking at 50 homes in and out of all these homes, right?
No, thank you.
Most of our buyers really make the decision. They're only looking at about 3 to 5 homes, because once you have a really good plan, we can then execute and you know exactly what is a good deal. Mm-hmm. So what is a good time that you and your wife are together that we could sit down for about 30 minutes and just really create that plan and make this happen for you?
Oh, God. Honey, baby cakes, sweet thing. Yeah, there you are. Hey, the realtor wants to, the real estate agent. Yeah. About the house. The one I found, the one on Zillow. Okay. Tomorrow? All right.
Cool.
All right. Hey, she's going to be free tomorrow afternoon around 3. Does that work for you guys?
That does. Perfect. And then we would just bring you in the office.
Okay. Hey, baby cakes. Come here, sweet thing. Come here. We got talk.
So the things that I want to point out there are, I needed to know your time frame.
Mm-hmm.
And when people are looking on Zillow, what I was really trying to draw out of you, because when we call those leads, those people have talked to a ton of agents, and I never asked you directly if you were working with an agent. I asked you how long you've been looking. If you've only been looking for a day, obviously you haven't been out with anybody. I don't want to give you an opportunity to lie to me, because buyers are what?
Liars.
Yes. So I don't want to give you an opportunity to lie to me. So if I ask you how long you've been looking, there's no defensive pressure there for you to lie to me. You're probably going to be telling me the truth on how long you've been looking. So if you said, oh, I've been looking for 6 months, well, gosh, tell me about that. Why haven't you found a home?
Okay, let's do that.
Have you been in a home?
So let's do that right now. So, Beverly, well, thanks for asking. God, it's been an absolute nightmare. My wife has been dragging me to open house after open house after open house. I mean, I am done with this. This has been 6 of the most grueling months of my life. Yeah, so thanks for bringing that memory back up.
I can understand. So tell me about the process so far. Why haven't you made a decision on a home yet?
Because my wife is incredibly picky, and she has to have a certain layout in a certain school district, and it's just been a real battle. I mean, the inventory is so low right now, as you probably know, since you're an agent, you're a professional. It's just been a really an uphill battle.
So let me ask this question, Greg. Have you ever sat down and just talked to somebody about what your wants and needs are and how the market can meet those expectations, or maybe not be able to meet those expectations?
Well, we've talked to agents at open houses all the time, but they always seem so, like, I guess the word would be like needy. They're like a college frat boy. They're all over you the first moment you walk through the front door.
How great they are and what they can do for you. They're not asking the questions on your wants and needs. And that's what really sets us apart and makes us different. It's not what you don't care how much we know. You want to know how much we care, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we need to sit down, and I need to understand exactly what it is that's been keeping you and preventing you from acting on something, because it's all about expectation. You don't want to settle for a house, right?
No, heck no.
No. So we've got to meet those expectations, and if the market is not going to allow those expectations to be met, we've got to go into plan B. And then we got to find out what is the most important thing for you and your wife. And there might have to be some compromises. And we need to find out what are the best compromises to make something happen, because you do need extra space. You're out of space. You have twin babies coming, right? So we've got to make this happen. And I can feel the stress. And that's not what this is about. This is supposed to be a great experience. But it really does take that person that's going to care about you and not just want to sell you a home because you like somebody's furniture.
Yeah, totally. I get that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, no, believe me, I've been talking to my wife about, compromises. She's starting to give a little bit, but what she's not going to give on is school district and 4 bedrooms. I guess, that's where we are. So, what do you guys have going on? You got some listings?
You got to look at expectations as far as this is your said sales price. This is what the market's delivering. It's either going to be a time frame or a change of location. So we've got to look at what can we make happen realistically, and are we able to make any kind of changes to make that match? I don't know until we actually sit down and meet, because I can talk to you all day on the phone and we can talk all day right now, but reality is if I'm not seeing your reactions on what bothers you and what kind of lights your fire, I can't really get to know you and work in your best interest. So it's just better for us to sit down and me to really get to know what your wants and needs are.
Okay, anything to make this horror show stop, I'm down for. So, what do we do next? How do we?
So what's a good time for you and your wife to get together that we can sit down and really talk about your plan and make this happen?
Usually we are free in the afternoons and evenings. She usually gets off around 3 from her job. I work for myself, so I'm an independent millionaire.
Astronaut cowboy.
Exactly.
All right. So then you get into the logistics.
Problem then.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Let's get you pre-qualified for that $1 million home. Okay. So we've covered kind of a couple of different scenarios for that initial reach out call. What do you say we get into? Because I'm really curious about this, Beverly. What's the toughest type of follow-up call to make?
Toughest type of follow-up call. I am going to have to go with somebody that is down the road, say a year, and they have not been really engaged in the website. So let's say, for example, a lead comes in today. I get a hold of you, and so we have to realize that email is going to spam because there's links in the emails when we're sending their updates. So all these emails are going to spam that never used to go. So I have a conversation with you today. I let you know that the emails are probably going to go into spam. So I'm going to follow up with you in a week or two if you haven't opened any emails. Well, I leave a voicemail in a week because I've sent you 8 emails and you haven't opened one of them.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave you a quick voicemail and go, hey, it's Beverly. We had a great conversation last week. I just want to make sure that you don't forget us because I haven't forgotten you. Hey, I'll check back in a week or two just to make sure you check your spam. I reset another follow-up for a week to 2 weeks, depending, and that week to 2 weeks really depends on how great of a conversation did I have, what kind of price point are they in, and what is really their level of seriousness. And everything is situational. So I would leave another voicemail in another week or two. Hey, it's Bev again. And let me tell you guys, consistency is what pays off. Look at any hard sale of someone that you just finally you know what, you really followed up and followed through. I got to give you my business. Yeah.
It's like when I had the same analogy was played on me when I bought my car last summer, my new car, and we were talking about follow-up and consistency, and I'm like, if those car guys called me at 8 o'clock in the morning, I would actually be pumped that they called me because I really want that product. Now, if I wasn't in the market, I would want to kick them down the road like a can. But if I was actively hunting for a home because my fictitious wife is going to have twins, unfortunately, then I would be like, dude, homeboy, yeah, Beverly, dude, call me at 7. I don't care. Wake me up. I don't care. If you got something cool, follow up with me. But yeah, the consistency is where a lot of the people really drop off. I mean, 80% of your business is done between the 5th and the 12th contact. So when you think that you're annoying people, you're not annoying them. Okay? They haven't told you to F off. They haven't, told you that, not call them. They just haven't picking up or they aren't doing something.
They're not a priority yet for them.
Exactly.
The consistency leads to convenience. Because the more often you are top of mind, the better chances you have of them reaching back out to you. Just like Coca-Cola. I mean, it's no different.
I read a random stat on that. Do you know the first year in Coca-Cola, the guy sold like 7 or 9 bottles of soda, right? Every day they sell 1.7 billion servings of soda. Every day. So consistency paid off for Coca-Cola can pay off for you too.
Come to Atlanta and go through the Coca-Cola factory.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Way cool.
Yeah, diabetes and weight gain, waiting for on the other side. No, I think it'd be a lot of fun. Matt would like it. All right, let's do. What would be let's say people are doing this follow up on someone that's cold in their system. What would be the time frame for them following up? Every 2 weeks, every month? What would it be? You and I had this discussion earlier this morning.
So when I look at follow up, I look at reminders and follow ups one by one suck. It's so mundane because you can roll people into a dialer, right? How many dials can you make in an hour if you just roll people through a dialer?
200.
Tons. But when you're one by one following up, you just want to poke out your eyeballs.
Yes.
So
yes.
I want to make sure that the people that I am physically following up with are important enough to put time on my calendar that it's worth time away from my important things in my day, because these people are absolute future business. So when you and I talked today about this, if I talk to a lead today and they are 8 months out or they're a year out, the average follow-up time that an agent usually plugs a follow-up in is 6 months. Because you're like, well, what the hell am I going to follow up with? Well, we have to rewind and go back. 5 years ago, our sites were sticky. They were getting the emails. They were back in the sites. They were active in our database. But today, I go back to, I'm like, I never like to cook the same thing twice, so I'm always running new recipes. So I Google search a recipe. And I call out to my Alexa, and I'm like, hey, Alexa, add this to my shopping list. Add that to my shopping list. I have my tab pulled up on my computer for the recipe. I go to the store. I come back. My computer does a wonderful reset. I lost the recipe. But I have all the ingredients now, and I'm like, oh, shit. So I have to re-Google, what are the odds of me falling into that same website? Very slim.
Very slim.
People that are searching homes are the same way. If they're not answering the phone and they're not getting the emails because they're going to spam, we can't communicate anymore with them. Well, we can text them, but if they're not even responsive to text because they gave us a landline, there's really no way of us staying top of mind if we're just depending on the next 6 months of automation to kick in, because it's not. So we cannot let a task reminder go more than 4 weeks, because we have to monitor activity. Because I will guarantee you, if they came into your website today, they're going to someone else's website in 2 weeks. And buyers are what?
Liars.
So they tell you 8 months. Did you ever call anybody back? Did you ever go on a listing appointment and they're like, well, you know, I'm just not ready. I want to wait until the spring flowers come out and wait till my house looks beautiful. And then what happens in 2 weeks? You pull up the MLS and they're flipping on the market.
You muted me. Damn it.
Trying to keep the feedback from Beverly's voice coming back in through your microphone.
Oh, is that is that what you're hearing?
Yes, I am.
I thought you were just being a dick. I'm like,
no, I'm not just being a dick. Yes, that is a big issue. I mean, the fact that the websites aren't sticky, emails are going into spam and all this stuff, I mean, it makes it very difficult. So, Beverly, you're saying basically you want to set a reminder for yourself to follow up every 4 weeks and make sure that either they are interacting with the information they're sending, or if they're not, find out why and how can we get you the information that you want. So either way, it's a customer service follow-up call. It's a client service call, not a sales, hey, you know, when are you doing something call.
I honestly don't want them to answer the phone. I don't want to have another conversation with them. I just want to, hey, it's Bev, I'm just checking in. Just want to know, I know you were talking about putting your house on the market in October. Didn't know if you got on the market yet. Just looking for a follow-up. I leave my voicemail, hey, I'll check back in another couple weeks. So they know that I'm going to continue to follow up.
Yeah, gotcha.
That expectation.
Okay, cool.
If they're logging in and they're active, I don't call them every 2 weeks. I'm like, yep, just logged in a day ago. Yep, just logged in 4 hours ago. Another 2 weeks.
Cool. And that's actually something that I said to you today. I mean, I'm like everybody else, you know, like I always say, I'm just an average agent just on a platform here to talk about stuff. And she has, well, when would you follow up? I'm like, I cut it in half. I'm like, 6 months. And she's like, no, stupid. You know, she broke it down for me, which is actually really eye-opening, because it's so true, though. How many times have all of us gone in there and tried to do a follow-up, and they're like, oh, shit, they sold, or they bought, or something else because you dragged your feet and they lied to you. So right now, thinking who in your system can you follow up right now and be able to go reach out to them today. Don't wait the extra 2 weeks. What's the worst thing you're going to do? Oh, sorry for my proactive approach for trying to help you. Yeah, God forbid I'd be like actually on top of something here.
And that's what it really goes back to when we were role playing. It's setting that value and standing apart and being different. You've got to believe that you're going to be the best agent for them in your market. And when I came at the approach of my internet leads in my market, I was like, oh my God, I've got to save all these people from going with the other dumbass agents in my market. I'm like, I have physically got to save these people, because if they list or buy with anybody else, they're not going to have the right representation, because I'm not going to just sell you a home if it's not going to work for you. Yeah. If what you're telling me, I have to have a garage, and you want to buy a house that doesn't have a garage, does it make absolute sense? Okay, it's maybe $20,000 under market value and you can build the garage. Okay, it may make sense. But I'm here as the bird eye view, right? To be able to remind you of what you absolutely had to have. I don't want you to have to settle for a home. I want you to get what you want if I feel that it's going to happen and we've set the proper expectations. So I just go into salvation mode. I got to save everybody.
Yeah, salvation mode. All right, Greg, I don't know what he's doing. He accidentally muted himself, but we are out of time. We've got to wrap things up. All right, so Beverly, remind everyone of how they can take a step towards you and connect with you.
The best way is Facebook Messenger. That is the absolute best way. And
So I flood you with video messages on Facebook Messenger.
I love Facebook Messenger. Well, it's like the chime. I'm like Pavlov's dog, right?
Well,
I am public Beverly Ruffner. I am super easy to find.
Yep.
And guys, she is awesome to work with. I'm going to be hiring her personally for her to untangle my super problem called a database. So if you guys are having issues or you're thinking about doing something like that, definitely highly recommend her. And no, I do not get a commission for talking about her. So just go hire her if you get a problem like all of us do on databases. It's a serious issue, and you're gonna lose hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions if you don't get this shit squared away. So if it's not Beverly, and you want to hire your Aunt Sue, who's really good on tech, she still has a flip phone. You can hire her. It's really up to you. Okay. So Beverly's dying. Matt's like, what? I got a flip phone. What's the problem?
I wouldn't hire any of my 5 crazy aunts to touch my database. Anyway. All right, guys. That's going to wrap it up. This is kind of a live impromptu version of Real Estate Uncensored. And guys, if you want more information, go to McDanielRealEstateSystems.com. You can get Greg's favorite scripts. You can get our training farming product, all the good stuff there. Subscribe to the show on YouTube, iTunes, and Stitcher, depending on whether you want the video and audio versions. And we will be live again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Eastern, with a guy named Adam Olson, who has become the #1 listing agent in his market. It's a subdivision or a suburb of Houston. He's done that in less than 3 years. He is a guy in his early 20s that's absolutely killing it. So join us there. You can always go to McDanielRealEstateSystems.com/live, and the show actually streams right to that page on our site. So anyway, with that said, Beverly, Greg, thank you so much, guys. This was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys got a ton of value. If you got any questions, comment on the Facebook post where you're watching this, whether it's on lead gen scripts and objections or whether it's on my page, Greg's page, Beverly's page, whatever. Just comment on the Facebook page or on the post, and we will get an answer back for you.
Yeah, guys. Been a pleasure as always. We will start doing this more often, guys. Have a great day.
All right. Thanks, guys.